This is an IELTS speaking mock test. The candidate name is Merjia Tabassum Genius, and the candidate number is 120639. I'm Al Amin, I'm your examiner, and the examiner number is 678319. Now, in the speaking part one, I'm going to ask you some questions relating to yourself or some familiar topics. What's your full name?
My full name is Marjia Tabassum Genius.
Where are you from?
I'm from Sidet, Bangladesh.
Do you work or study?
Right now I'm working. I'm a teacher. I teach people English speaking for the IELTS test, and sometimes I do writing test for them.
Now, let's talk about future. What jobs would you like to have 10 years from now?
At this moment, I'm working as a teacher, so I'm not sure, but maybe sometimes, like being the head of any school, I would like to do so.
How useful will English be for your future?
For me personally, English is and will be essential for what I want to do. My plan is to immigrate to Canada and pursue my career because there are more opportunities to take advantage of the field of expertise. So I'd like to go there.
How much traveling do you hope to do in the future?
Well, apart from traveling to Canada, I'd like to see the Europe in the future and Asia too. I don't have any firm travels plans at this moment, but my main goal is to get to Canada and establish a new life there. So once I have settled and saved money there, I'll probably begin to plan some travel adventures during my summer vacations from my school.
How do you think your life will change in the future?
A lot will change. I'm quite young still, and there are lots of things to do now. But eventually, I would like to settle down and have children and be a mother.
In the speaking part two, I'm going to give you a topic and we will think about that for 1 minute. After that, I will say start, you will start. You will continue your speaking for 1 to 2 minutes. And during your speaking, I will say stop, you will stop.
Okay.
You can make note if you wish. Your topic is describe a book that you enjoyed reading because you had to think a lot. This is your topic and your paper and pencil. You can make note. Start, please.
Okay, so I recently read a book called 12 Rules of Life, and it is written by Jordan Peterson. He's a clinical psychologist and a psychology professor in Toronto. The reason I read the book was to become a, the reason I read the book was that it became Amazon's best-selling book of this year, and I found it extremely interesting because it really made me think about my own life. I was doing and what I really wanted to achieve, there was written something like that. Some of the things that I learned, including the need of maintain better posture and more confident, there was written that too. So this helps me to produce serotonin in my brain, which will help me feel energetic after that. Then there was a chapter about how you deal with yourself and treat yourself. And I found this part really fascinating because it's really made me think about how I see myself and my life. The book emphasizes the importance of establishing values and direction of life. And for the treatment of yourself, it help. It also help another person.
Stop, please. Please give me the papers and pencil. Thank you. Now, in the speaking part 3, I'm going to ask you some questions relating to the topic of speaking part 2. Now, let's talk about children and reading. What are the most popular types of children's book in your country?
There are lots of them depending on the age of the children. Some of the best loved and most read ones, including The Very Hungry Caterpillar. And another one is called There Is a Wicket in the Pocket. I think I should include The Diary of a Wimpy Kid as well. And children like good stories, which is with interesting characters and adventures. And three of them are very adventurous and there are interesting characters. They also like funny books which have rhymes and puzzles and things not a traditional storybook.
What are the benefits of parents reading books to their children?
I guess there are quite a few I could mention now. The most obvious one is that when parents read to their children, they're spending time with them, and this help build a strong bond between them. Being close to your child can have many benefits. When the children are older and usually more problematic, it will be more helpful then. Then there are the fact reading is empowering. A child who loves reading will become inquisitive about the things, and readings allows them to learn, discover many things for themselves. And reading is essential life skills, so possibly one of the most important you will ever learn from by reading storybooks.
Should parents always let children choose the books they read?
No, not always. While children choosing their own books allows them to be more engaged, maybe sometimes a parent might want to choose a specific book to teach their child something in particular, or they may want to simply try and provide more variety in the material to their child to read, so they can experience different types of books, stories, and rhyme many things.
Let's talk about electronic books and printed books. How popular are electronic books in your country?
I don't really know. Uh, I mean, I have not seen any research data on that, but personally, I usually read the most books on my tablet simply because I find it easy and I can carry it around. So many of my friends also use their device or e-readers to read books, but not all of them. And my older relatives still buy hard copies of books like they always did, and I think it's a good one. Uh, I guess maybe about 60% of my friends and the people I know regularly, they read ebooks, but I'm not sure if that can be generalized to the bigger population or not.
What are the advantages of parents reading electronic books compared to printed books?
The advantages are the same as for everyone else. It's cheaper and quicker to get the reading material, and you can carry a huge selection of books on the tablet or e-reader, so you always have something interesting to read. If they are reading an electronic book with their children, it may be an interactive one which they can help their children engage with and develop their reading and comprehensive skills.
Will electronic books ever completely replace printed books in the future?
There are strong possibilities that they will. And yes, I mean, books need paper to make them, and the paper comes from trees. And why should we waste such natural resource when we can have them in our e-books or electric materials? And why should we waste such natural resources when you can have thousands of books to read on your tablet or any digital devices? Digital readings materials make such more sense to the long run. And another advantage is that book publishers don't have to transport books to a warehouse and then onto individual stores for distribution. So again, it's a better for the environment and saves wasting time, fuel, and effort, and so on.
How popular are electronic books in your country?